So, do you feel like there's one habit or ritual that you do right now that makes the most like difference in your well-being or like your mental health?
Yeah, I try to, I think you see a lot of comments and posts and thoughts about controlling your calendar. And I think that's really important. Um, as often as I can, I try to be a part of drop off for school or pickup. Um, the nights that I'm at the karate school, um, that class that starts right at their bedtime, the people in it think it's an adult class, and there's a good understanding. Hey, Kenny's going to step off the floor and call his kids and say goodnight. And so I think making sure that those things in my schedule don't get bumped. I read this article this morning. Actually, it was talking about like a color coding, and whatever color that person had chosen, if it was that color, you couldn't move it, right? Like gym time for him or family dinner or stuff like that. If people saw it on his calendar, they didn't even try to ask to have a scheduled meeting during that time, because they knew did not matter if the whole company was going under, he wasn't going to do it. So
Wow.
that's what I would say helps. And I wouldn't say I'm always good at it, but the times that I'm able to stay in that mindset and really make the things that are my priority, I think definitely help prevent.
Yeah, that's massive. And what a way to feel like truly seen or, like supported in, I don't want to say like just your community as like the members of your gym, but like your staff or like other people around you to have that respect in your boundaries.
Yeah, we're lucky that they, I think, that loyalty goes both ways. And I think when you show up for people and they can tell you genuinely care about them. Um, it's a sales concept like reciprocity or something, right? Like when you do something for people, they want to do something for you. Um, I think that if you run your business with that way of making people feel important, which I mentioned was kind of one of our core focuses, when the opportunity for them to show you that you're important to them, I think people are excited to do it. So we're very lucky that it hasn't ever been. There's been no, at least if there's grumblings, I haven't heard of, right? But people have been really good about understanding. Hey, if he's a few minutes late, we can tell ourselves to run in a circle and then swing our leg, and we know the warm up that we're going to do. We can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Do you feel like you can tell a difference when you feel like there's like a loose network versus like a real tribe support when you do like other kind of connections with other business owners or other people outside of your community that can see your
Yeah,
calendar?
yeah, absolutely. I think we touched on it a little bit earlier. That there can definitely be loneliness as a small business owner, and there can be this you know belief that, like, hey, I'm the head instructor, I'm the highest belt level, and so I have to have all the answers, right? And I think that's one of the things. I was really lucky. The gentleman that was my martial arts instructor is so talented, right? But he is such an example of, because I have this belt does not mean I know how to change a tire on a car. Now he does, right? But all of those things outside of life that sometimes when we're the business owner, right, you're like, well, I'm the boss, so I have to act like I'm this source of wisdom of all things. It's not only not true, but I think it's really isolating, right? And then you end up feeling alone and feeling like, well, God, now if I admit that I need help with marketing, or I need help, someone just to share my day with, and someone else to laugh and be like, oh, we had a kid bleed all over the floor. Yes, he cut his toe and bled and walked all over the floor to tell me, right? So instead of like just staying there and bleeding in one spot, he gave me the opportunity to blood sanitize the whole space. So, it's just stories like that. I think that sometimes if you can find your community, or you can find a professional opportunity to connect with other business owners and share those stories, right? And, then somebody maybe with a similar story, like, oh man, I've been there, and here's, it gets better, I promise. I think is really can help prevent burnout, and can keep you in that growth mindset too. That if you make those connections, you can realize that no one is truthfully supposed to know it all, but hopefully we all are all called to continue learning through our whole life.